Good evening and welcome everybody to round 2 of the King of the Ring series. Again, tonight we are at the Nürburgring GP circuit and we are going to be watching the Pro-Am Pool 2 guys that will be taking part in the first race of 2 tonight. And yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting race. Just so that everybody can have a look and see. The guys are going to be racing tonight in a Mazda MX-5 Roadster, and this one has a bit of track features that have been implemented into the car, which you'll see pop up on screen shortly. So as I said, the guys are racing on the Nürburgring GP circuit. The settings is that it is 5 o'clock and sunny, and an interesting thing for tonight is that they have the tire choice of racing softs as well as racing mediums. They have to use both tires. The balance of power for tonight is been turned off, so the guys have tuned these cars to the max performance that they can output from the car at the most minimum weight. And then lastly, the tuning has been left open, so the guys are able to tune the cars to the most ultimate setting that they can actually get, or the most performance that they can get from these cars. So from Pool 2 we've got quite a few guys joining us tonight. A few have unfortunately not been able to take part, but we might see them jump in very shortly. In some of your participants, as you can see on screen, we've got Mr. Eleanor Bar Blixem, who is hosting this lobby. We've got AM Racing ZA. You may know him as Roo van der Walt. Just had a bit of a name change. We've got Mal Gary as well, who is also in this pool. We've got Chop Prince. We've got Valentino K1300, Jerito Mon, Eleanor Jux Yaya, and Mr. Jerry Supra. If you guys are willing to watch some of these gents who are streaming in from their point of view, you're more than welcome to join Mr. Eleanor Bar Blixem, AM Racing ZA, Mal Gary. They are the three streamers that will also be streaming from their relevant points of view. So tonight, for the moment, or the time being, I'm going to be commentating on this race by myself. So if you do wish to, feel free, please throw some comments in the comment section below of the stream. Shout out to Mr. MUFC Monty, thanks, good evening brother, thanks for joining us. And RBS Performance, Sean Breitenbach, thanks for joining, man. How's it to you too? Cool guys, so I think the gents are just getting ready with the qualifying, which will begin very shortly at 6:30, and then thereafter they are going to have their race starting in their qualifying positions. So while we just wait for the settings just to be applied, we'll quickly jump on track with some of the guys just so that we can have a look at their relevant liveries. So as mentioned guys, the King of the Ring this year has been sponsored or silently sponsored by Sky Coffee Company. If you guys are willing to join Sky Coffee Company on either their Facebook, Instagram or Twitter pages, personally I'm loving what they have produced, and they sell some awesome coffee, definitely keeping me awake during this lockdown. So as we see on screen, we've got Mr. AM Racing ZA. He's got his Mazda MX-5 taking it on for an outlap with an awesome livery here. I think he is trying to build a brand for himself, so guys, if you are able to, do follow him on YouTube, AM Racing ZA. Secondly, we've got Chop Prince on his outlap with his, what I like to call, Midnight Club themed Mazda MX-5, looking really feisty tonight. Then we've got Mulgary GTSA, quite a simple livery, but I'm loving the black and red colors, and then obviously with the King of the Ring and Sky Coffee tags on his car. Hoping to see quite a good race from him tonight. He's going to do quite awesomely, I believe. And yeah, going to be a very tight pool. Fourth out, we've got Mr. Jerry Supra, and he's got a lovely dark blue MX-5 with the same logos, Sky Coffee and King of the Ring, and I'm loving the little bulldog logo that he's got on his car, looking really awesome with his Coca-Cola helmet as well. Fifth out, we got Eleanor Jacques Yaya with a very, very luminous orangey red MX-5, looking quite awesome and fighting the car around the corners, which is quite cool to see as well. And then we've got our pool host Eleanor Barblixum. He's supporting his team, the Logistical Nightmare Racing, looking really, really nice in his Mazda MX-5, and definitely one to watch for this race. Expecting some big things from him while he's busy revving out his car, burning down his fuel. And then we've also got Mr. Chirito Mon, who is the owner of Sky Coffee Company, with one of the most awesome liveries that I'm looking at right now on track, white and gold with a bit of black. Really, really lovely livery he's got in his car. So as I said, guys, if you are willing, do look out for Sky Coffee Company on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for all the great content they've been posting and all the great coffee that they are selling, guys. Do support the man. He is sponsoring a few of the hamperers that are going to our overall winners at the end of this King of the Ring series. So while we wait, some of the guys have just started their first laps. As you see, the last man, Valentino, he's just come out of the pits to start his outlap. Really lovely livery on his car, Mazda, big and bold on the car, tuned by the... Wonder who the bully dog is, but it looks really, really awesome. Loving the phoenix that's rising from the ashes on the front of his hood there. So as I said, guys, we've got AM Racing, who's about to post the first time. He's coming around into the last sector now. And I'd love to ask you guys in the comments, throw in the comments below, who do you think is going to possibly take this one? I've got my money on Barblixum as well as this man AM Racing. It's going to be a dogfight between the two of them. GTI, what's up, bud? Thanks for joining, man. Dino Party, sure, I'll try and jump in there quickly. Just give me 2 seconds while we get the guys doing their first laps out. So AM Racing coming across the line. And he's just set a 2:05.3, which is a very quick time. We've got Chop Prince next with a 2:05.6. Mulgary in third with a 2:06.7. Jerry Super about to end his lap shortly. He's just coming around the last corner. Just Way is saying his money is on Barblixum. Yeah, we'll hope and see. He's hopefully going to do the LNR team quite proud tonight. We've got Jerry Super with a 2:07.1. Up next, Jacques Yaya with a 2:07.3. And then Barblixum, man to watch, with a 2:05.2, who's just gone up into first place. We're just waiting on Chirito Mon, who's now coming, or he's just about started his lap. And Valentino also just starting his lap for the first time. If you don't mind, guys, just give me 2 seconds. Cool, back in action now, gents. And ladies, if there's any ladies watching, welcome. GTP is saying Chirito is driving well at the moment, and I must agree with you there, sir. Looks like Eleanor Blobexham's just waiting because it is only a 6-minute qualifying. AM Racing just about to come finish his second lap. We're looking out for Chirito. Chirito also coming in to finish his lap, but looks like he's just too late as the 6-minute markers just hit. So, as we head into our race now, guys, it's the race 1 for the Pro-Am pool around the Nürburgring GP. Your grid is Eleanor Barblixum in first place. We've got AM Racing ZA in second, Chop Prince in third, Mulgary with an awesome fourth place there, Jerry Super in fifth, Jacques Yaya in sixth, Chirito Mon in seventh, and Valentino K1300 in eighth. Unfortunately, we are missing 4 drivers from this pool tonight. As I said, they have some internet issues and other technical difficulties, which unfortunately it doesn't allow them to join. And we're off. Streaming down to the first corner. An awesome start there by Chop Prince, already jumping AM Racing. He's on the inside of Eleanor Bob Lixam and looks like he's about to take him. Ooh, a bit of a nudge there. Bob Lixam falling badly into third. And AM Racing making it back up into second, right on the heels of Chop Prince. Mulgary securing his fourth place. Jerry Supra securing his fifth, as well as Jacques Yaya in sixth, and Valentino in seventh. Looks like he jumped Jarito Mon. Awesome start there, not too much troubles, few bumps and bruises here, but rubbing is racing, right guys? So Chop just making sure that he's securing his inside line. AM Racing looking quite feisty behind him there, and Bob Lixam keeping the train right next to each other. Mulgary, as I said, in fourth place. Jerry Supra in fifth. Jacques Yaya in sixth. Valentino in seventh. And Jarito unfortunately losing out a bit and drifting that car around that hairpin as they make their way up now to the Schumacher S's. This is a 30-minute race, so they do have quite a lot of time to make sure that they move up a few positions, gents and ladies. And yeah, as I said, they have the two tire compound options, being the racing softs as well as the racing mediums. Jarito getting a bit feisty here with Valentino here at the back. As we make a jump back to the front, we can see that Bob Lixam's overtaken AM Racing, and they're all over each other's bumpers. AM Racing looking a bit down the inside for Bob Lixam, manages to hold his line quite nicely. Bit of a wiggle. Let's jump on board with AM Racing, who's right behind him now. Looking great here, looking great for the boys. Bob Lixam right on the end of Chop Prince, and Chop Prince managing to hold the lead, which is really great. Just a quick change in looking at Bob Lixam's onboard now. He's got AM Racing right on his tail, with Mulgary also in the mix, which is really lovely to see. Guys keeping it nice and tight these first two laps. So just Where's asking in the comments, what is the penalty for not using both tires, both tire compounds? The penalty is a 20-second time penalty that will be added on to the end of the race. So it looks like Bob Lixam and Chop Prince pulling out a slight lead now from AM Racing. As you can see, Chop Prince looking ever so comfortable in first place and pushing as hard as he can. AM Racing behind him, Mulgary in fourth, Jerry Supra in fifth, Jacques Yaya in sixth, and Jarito seems to have gotten ahead of Valentino, who seems to have had a bit of an issue. I think he had a bit of a spin, because now he's 13 seconds behind the pack. Unfortunate there for him. Kendall Mauer saying, come on AM Racing. A lot of support here for some of the guys, and great to see from everyone that's watching. Sean Breitenbach, 20-minute penalty. I wish it was 20 minutes. They basically have to start the race again, hey? So as we head back to the front of the pack, we've got Chop Prince leading the pack for the second lap. On to lap 3 now. But Bob Lixam right on him. Let's go on board again with Bob Lixam. He's got AM Racing right behind him. Does Bob Lixam go for the dive? Looks like Chop Prince covered him off just slightly there. Awesome stuff. He's watching him. He's watching him. Taking a bit of a wider line as he comes a bit more inside. Bob Lixam doing some great stuff here. Chop Prince running slightly wide, that might actually cost him a penalty. But these guys are absolutely killing it right now. Running very close to each other and very quickly. As you look at AM Racing now, lovely livery as I said. He's falling slightly behind. Bob Luxem now on the inside of Chop Prince. Quickly turns to the outside, looking for a cutback, giving him a bit of a nudge, asking him to move on. These guys are neck and neck in front here. Very feisty moves by Bob Luxem here. Awesome racing and lovely to see. Ooh, AM Racing now joining into this fight. He was six tenths behind the group and now catching them very quickly. As we drop back to fourth, Malgari in fourth place. Jacques Yaya now ahead of Jerry Supra, who's in sixth. And Jarito also just making his way back up to the pack. Valentino also trying to catch up. Back to the front now. These guys are neck and neck, not giving each other an inch. On to lap 4 now. You can see them spreading out. Bob Luxem with a bit of an extra speed. These guys are bumping and grinding. Chop Prince cleverly covering the inside, but does Bob Luxem get the cutback here? Oh, running, having a bit of a spin. But still there. Look at these guys. My goodness. I can just imagine Chop Prince in his car now, just watching his mirrors ever so carefully. Oh, great stuff here. Almost makes you want to be in this race. These guys are neck and neck, giving Bob Luxem a bit of space to move. Chop Prince definitely working for his money here, and I must say he seems to be a bit of a dark horse, and great to see that one of the guys that not many people have picked up in chat being able to lead the pack and at least keep this race very, very interesting between the three cars behind him. Bob Luxem with a great exit in his mirror now. Does he get to Super on the inside? No. Chop Prince great on the brakes there. So you move back out to the long shot. Ooh, very tight, very tight. Bob Luxem has gone hunting, boys. Just to read the comments, GTR Wilson, the next race is at 8:30, sir. Ooh, Bob Luxem definitely keeping him close, and I think AM Racing is just sitting tight behind these two, waiting for one of them to make a mistake. Remember guys, there's 30 minutes of this race, 21 minutes still left. Anything can happen. It is so close. Ooh, looks like Chop Prince ran slightly wide there. Bob Luxem now overtaking him. Quite unfortunate. But Chop Prince luckily slotting back into second place, and AM Racing right behind him there. Have a feeling that we might see Bob Luxem try and open up this lead, but Chop Prince not giving him an inch. Great stuff here. Now we've got AM Racing all over Chop Prince at the front. These podium battles are hotting up, guys. Kaniwe saying Sean's gonna walk. Well, we'll have a look and see, but I have a feeling that Chop Prince is not gonna take that move lightly. These guys are keeping it so tight, and amazing lines, amazing stuff, and very close. As we move a bit further down the field, we've got Malgari here in a solid fourth. He's got 3 seconds ahead of him, 3 seconds behind him. I think he's just taking a nice cruise, but hopefully we might see Malgari make a late move at the end of this race. Then we've got Jacques Yaya in 5th place, having an interesting battle with Jerry Supra behind him. In 7th place we've got Chirito Mon. Chirito catching up to the group, which is awesome to see. As mentioned earlier by one of the gents in chat, he's been having an awesome races of late, and great to see that he's managing to catch up, and hopefully we might see a bit of a battle for 5th place. In 8th we've got Valentino, who is catching up very slightly, but lovely to see his livery as well. Back to the front. Ooh, Chop Prince running wide again. AM Racing on his inside now, making it the outside into turn 2. These guys are bumping and grinding, not giving each other an inch here. Bob Blixham, happy to see this, pulling away slightly. Great stuff there, other boys. So 18 minutes left of this race, guys. We might see the pit stops coming in very, very soon. Tires are seeming to last, which is good to see. But if we look at the top 3, I don't believe that fuel will be an issue in this race. But it looks like Chop Prince surprisingly managing to save more fuel than the others. And then Mulgary now 4.5 seconds behind. He's actually being caught by Jacques Yaya, who was 2.2 seconds behind him. Jerry Supra now opening the gap, and looks like we've got Chirito Mon, who is now working his way to try and get past Jerry Supra. We will come back to the leaders very shortly as we just watch Jerry Supra and Chirito Mon busy battling it out now. So as mentioned, guys, the King of the Ring series for 2020 is sponsored by Sky Coffee Company. If you are willing to support Sky Coffee or purchase some of their products, it is an essential item during this time. Please follow them on either their Facebook page, Sky Coffee Company, Twitter or Instagram at Sky Coffee Co. As we head down to turn 1 now, looks like we got Chirito Mon, who might make us a move here on Jerry Supra into the first corner. Jerry blocking him slightly. Chirito going down the inside. Ooh, braking Jerry Supra with awesome braking there into turn 1. Keeping it nice and tight. As we jump on board now with Chirito. 6th is brewing, says Gunue. Sky Coffee. Yeah, they are definitely brewing, brother. They are cooking here, guys. Chirito looks like he's just taking it a bit easy, biding his time now. As you're watching Valentino also catching up slowly but surely. Got Jacques Yaya also trying to make inroads on Mulgary GTSA. AM Racing still right on the back of Chop Prince, and now Bob Blixham seems to be opening up his lead. Almost 3 seconds now, the 2 behind him fighting for 2nd place. But AM Racing really on top of Chop Prince here. And I think that's just bought into Bob Blixham's plan. He wanted to get ahead of Chop Prince so that he could open up that lead while the 2 of them battle behind him. And AM Racing looking to the inside, switches back to the outside now. Getting the move, almost done. But Chop Prince very cleverly keeping his car on the inside line for whatever corner it might be. This is an awesome battle for 2nd. I agree with you there, Mr. GTP Wilson. Bob Blixham currently with the fastest lap at 2:04.850, opening his lead and extending it now to 3.5 seconds, while Chop Prince and AM Racing. Let's hope Chop Prince doesn't run deep again. Great braking there. And AM Racing with the switchback again. He's tried everything. He's throwing everything here at Chop Prince. It's almost too good to be true as we jump on board with AM Racing, and he's trying everything. I'm pretty sure... Oh, Chop Prince with a bit of a wiggle. This might be AM Racing's chance now. But again, he puts himself on the inside of the corner. And Chop Prince has nowhere... I mean, AM Racing has nowhere to go but stick behind him until he finds another opportunity. It looks like AM Racing will have to try and get on the inside of Chop Prince at one stage somehow. So guys, do join us at 8:30 again. We've got the race 2, the pool 1 or the pro pool that will be racing, and that one will definitely be as good a dogfight as this one is currently between Chop Prince and AM Racing. So do join me again, same place on KLM Pace YouTube channel at 8:30. Please also do join me later for the 8:30 stream. At the end of the stream there will be an interesting announcement that will involve you guys as the viewers, so please do join me for that. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to get your guys' feedback on something that basically you guys get to choose. Eleanor Shaiko Sheep, thanks for joining, sir. Go HP boys. He's supporting Chop Prince and Bob Lixum, who are part of the Heaton Proxy team in Logistical Nightmares. As we watch AM Racing now again on the back of Chop Prince, he has to go on the inside. Yes, he does. Does he get the move? It looks like it. He's finally got in front. Second place. Great move there by AM Racing. That was definitely a dogfight between the two of them. Running slightly wide now. But awesome racing by the two of them here. And now I think he's going to hunt Eleanor Bob Lixum, who's 5.7 seconds. I think that battle definitely helped Eleanor Bob Lixum extend his lead. But a brilliant move by AM Racing. These guys are revving these machines. Unlucky for Chop Prince though. Hopefully he can make his way back onto the bumper of AM Racing. And Mulgary currently in 4th place, 6 seconds behind the podium. With Eleanor Jacques Yaya falling slightly behind. He was 2.2 seconds earlier, now 2.8. Looks like Gary's started to pick up the pace a bit. Cherito Mon managing to get in front of Jerry Supra. Jerry Supra now 5.5 seconds behind Cherito Mon, and he looks like he's hunting Jacques Yaya. And then Valentino actually making inroads. He is 5 seconds behind Jerry Supra, so looking to at least make a few positions up. So Kendall saying that Chop Prince was actually blocking AM Racing to protect Bob Lixum so that he could get the lead. So look, a little bit of an alliance forming, I guess, between the guys. But nonetheless, still awesome racing for us to watch. And I think everyone can appreciate the battles that were had between Bob Lixum and Chop Prince, as well as AM Racing. AM Racing just making sure that he's getting right out of the way so that Chop Prince can't come back at him with some slipstream. Interesting tactics there, but Chop Prince looks like he's quite great on the brakes, catching up very closely but losing out on exit. Just ways saying their teammates, I guess so, from the Logistical Nightmares series, the Heaton Proxy boys. How are you guys finding this race so far? I must say I'm quite entertained, and the guys on track giving me a lot to talk about. So we got Cherito in 6th and Valentino now actually in 7th. I think Jerry Supra might have... oh, he actually pitted. You can see now that Jerry Supra is on the medium tire, so well up to him. 10 minutes to go of the race. Everyone else still on their soft tires and having not pitted. A few of them, if you look at their tires, some managing to keep their tires quite well, especially Malgary. His tires still look as fresh as when the race started. But Bob Lixom now extending his lead 6.3 seconds. And still with the fastest lap at 2:04.4. This man is on a mission. So big thanks to everyone that's joined the stream tonight. I know that as we normally have our Super Rugby and cricket and soccer on most weekends, this week itself has been quite filled and with a lot of racing, especially from myself. I think Monday all the way through to Friday, Saturday, we've had so much to watch in terms of our esports and racing. We had the Solidarity E-Race, which was hosted by Afrihost last night, the finals. Gentleman by the name of Alaric Enslin, otherwise known as Alti. He clinched the title there. Very awesome and well done to him. Big shout out to Afrihost as well as the team who hosted the Solidarity E-Racing for recognizing that esports is on the up and rise. Other races that we had this past week, there was the Virtual Endurance Series hosted by Logistical Nightmares Racing. That went quite well with the Porsche 919 Hybrid around Maggiore. And then yesterday we had the Sirocco Cup, which myself, Eleanor Bob Lixom and a few others all took part in around the Nürburgring as well. And then tomorrow and currently also we've got the BMW car owners or car club owners who are currently underway with their series. The Pool 1 gentleman will be racing tomorrow night on Galtieri 919's YouTube channel, so do follow him there as well for any racing that you'd love to watch for with the BMW boys. It's going to be really, really nice to watch. So as we look down the field, we've got Eleanor Bob Lixom 6.3 seconds ahead. We've got AM Racing 1 second, AM Racing 7 seconds now behind. We must have made a bit of a mistake as Chop Prince is now fighting back with 7 tenths behind AM Racing. Malgary 8.4 seconds with a slight penalty. We've got Jacques 2.7 seconds behind Malgary. Gerito 7.6 seconds behind Jacques. Valentino 8.9 seconds, 9 seconds. And then Jerry Super, who has pitted, 11 seconds behind Valentino. So as you move to the front, Bob Lixom extending his lead. AM Racing in second, and it looks like Chop Prince has actually come and had an incident. Ooh, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. He's now in 5th, and it looks like what happened to him about a month back in round 1 has come to haunt him again in round 2. We had a bit of an incident from the lead, now falling back again into 5th place, which is quite unfortunate because he's been racing awesomely in this race. But we'll still see. He might be able to fight back and get back into that podium position. As we see now, Malgary in 3rd place. Psycho Sheep asking what's happening with 2nd place. He's just keeping it nice and comfortable. So we've got Jacques Yaya in 4th, Chop Prince in 5th, Chirito in 6th, Valentino in 7th, and Jerry Super in 8th. But interesting stuff here. We've got now battle for 4th, Chop Prince on Jacques Yaya. And Chop obviously looking to make his way back into his podium spot. It's all about the points now. These guys are dicing it out. But Chop Prince making his way onto the inside for the next corner. Looks like he'll have him awesome on the brakes there. And he's made his way into 4th as Jacques Yaya now falls back into 5th place again. Chops has 5 minutes left of this race to try and catch Malgary. Remember that top 7 So you got, remember the top 7 still need to possibly pit for their medium tires. The only man who has pitted is Jerry Supra. Bob Lixom keeping it comfortable in the lead. And I must commend the guys on the awesome liveries that they've made for this race. As we look at Mulgary, who's trying to keep the gap, but 1.6 now, 1.5 between him and Chop Prince. Chop Prince definitely on the hunt as we jump on board with him. He's throwing this car around the circuit. So I do expect to see that some of the guys will pit for their medium tires within this lap. Otherwise they will get their penalty for not using the required compounds. So Jacques here now 3 seconds behind Chop Prince, who's trying to make his way back up the field. But Chopper is fighting it. He's running wide as well, trying to catch up to Mulgary. But Gary keeping it cool, calm and collected. Shout out to Mulgary there. As I said, if you are willing to watch some of the guys from their point of views, do follow AM Racing, Mulgary or LNR Bob Lixom, who are live streaming their races. Oh, Chop's running wide again. He's fighting and clawing, trying to get into 3rd place behind Mulgary. He's now extended that lead to 2 seconds again. And AM Racing pitting now to put on his required medium tires. I think we might see Bob Lixom come in this next lap. We got Mulgary as well coming into the pits as you watch AM Racing leave. Mulgary with his pit crew ready. Looks like Mulgary with his 18-inch rims there as well. Got Mulgary out, Chop Prince out. Here comes Jacques, Chirito with the Sky Coffee team. Quick pit stop there. I think he gave Red Bull a run for their money. And then lastly Valentino. Let's see if he manages to pit and get ahead of Jerry Supra. It does seem so, as Jerry Supra has only exited the last corner now. So great stuff by the boys, great stuff by the pit crews. Lovely to watch all of this going on. And a big thanks to everyone that's joined the stream tonight. Again, please don't forget we will have another race with the Pro Pool. They will be racing at 8:30 tonight, so please do join us again right here on KLM Pace YouTube channel. As we're watching our leader now, 17, almost 18 seconds ahead of 2nd place. Still a minute left to race, but we will expect LNR Bob Lixom to come into the pits very shortly in his Logistical Nightmares livery. And doing an awesome stuff here. We've got Bob Lixom coming into the pits now. Let's hope the Logistical Nightmares team are ready for him as they make their way out now, waiting on Bob Lixom. Awesome stuff. Getting tires off, tires on, and back out into 1st place to round off the last lap, and this should be the final lap. We've got AM Racing 10 seconds, or 8 seconds, sorry, behind Bob Lixom. Chop Prince actually made his way back into 3rd place. Ooh, wish we caught that move on camera, but unfortunate there. Mulgary is still not too far behind, so he can still claim his podium back. The timers count down, and Chirito managing to make it across the line for the final lap. Valentino unfortunately has finished his race in 7th. Great comeback though, making his position back into 7th place. And as we wait, Jerry Super now finishing in 8th. So we got Bob Lixom now at the hairpin, and a very, very commanding lead at the moment. I think he had an awesome race with a very awesome battle between himself, AM Racing, and Chop Prince. Unlucky at the start, he wasn't first and qualified in first place, but unfortunately obviously then fell back at turn 1 into 3rd, but definitely showing his class and making his way all the way back up into first place, and again with an awesome strategy, leaving it to the last second to pit for his medium tires and then coming out to do the final lap on fresh medium tires. So chat, I'm seeing the comments have kind of died out. What did you guys think of this race? Let's hear it in the comments. I think a few of you did call Bob Lixom to win this one, as he comes now around the final corner, 7.6 seconds ahead, coming to finish the race in first place. Eleanor Bob Lixom, your race winner. In second place we've got AM Racing. In third place, and still battling, while Gary's not giving him any space. An interesting race and a very, very hard fought third place for Chop Prince. Malgary in 4th, Sharks Yaya in 5th, and as we wait for our last competitor, the man himself, Chirito Mon, in 6th place. So there's your finalists, gents. First place, Eleanor Bob Lixom. Second, AM Racing. And third is Chop Prince. Big well done there to Bob Lixom. He got pole, he got fastest lap, and he got a clean race. Awesome stuff, guys. So you show your race results. Eleanor Bob Lixom in first. Second is AM Racing. Third is Chop Prince. Malgary in a well-deserved 4th place. 5th place is Eleanor Sharks Yaya. 6th place is Chirito Mon. 7th is Valentino. And 8th is Mr. Jerry Super. Big thanks to everyone that's joined the stream. Again, please guys, don't forget there is the Pro Pool race, which will begin at 8:30 tonight. Do join me again here on the YouTube channel for KLM Pace. Again, King of the Ring 2020 series is sponsored by the Sky Coffee Company. If you are willing to purchase Sky Coffee, it is an essential item, so please do, guys. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But an interesting race, to say the least, for the Pro Am pool. And yeah, good points there and a good points haul for our top 3. Do join me again, guys. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you in about an hour's time.